Hello, and welcome to an extra special golden episode of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your very grateful host, Greenbelt Davo, with fellow Greenbelt Andy.
Hello, everybody.
And Red Belt Kels.
Top of the evening to you.
Guys, Sensei Neil, this is a special show.
It is.
Why is it a special show, Neil?
Well, as you alluded to, it's our 50th episode.
Wow.
It feels like just last year that we started this.
Almost exactly last year. We're coming really close on the 1 year anniversary. Be a couple more weeks. So it's really been a blast to do this show with you guys. Andy, you've been a wonderful addition.
I've been thrilled to be here.
I have enjoyed the show immensely. Thank you to everybody out there who's been listening since day one or day 301. It doesn't matter to us. We love all our peoples. And, well, I have a bit of news.
What's that?
Well, regarding the last show we did. Well, it might not. I don't think it's the last show. What was the show with the following?
Is that the last show? We've been canceled? Is that your news?
No.
I think he means the most recent show. Not the
most recent show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's better news, man. I thought we got canceled.
So friend of the show, Cheyenne Fletcher, she and her husband run a trivia company in Tulsa, Oklahoma called The Questionable Company. They do bar trivia in Tulsa and in Salt Lake and around, I think they have 15 locations. I'm not sure the number. They wanted to point out a couple things about a couple of questions.
Okay.
Now, the first question is revolving around, let me see. Yeah, they're talking about the spring episode. So not last episode, but the episode before last. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there was Anna Paquin. Do you remember the question regarding the youngest Oscar winner?
Right.
Yes.
No, that was in the Missouri show. That was last week.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in the Missouri show. Yeah.
So that was in the Missouri show. Well, there's a tad bit of contention as to the definition of youngest.
Okay.
Because,
I have an addition to this as well, but go ahead.
Because Anna Paquin, according to they pointed out that Anna Paquin was younger when she was filming the piano, but Tatum O'Neal was younger for the ceremony.
Oh,
so
semantics.
That's interesting. However, it's irrelevant because for official Oscar records, the age is determined either on the day of nomination for the nomination awards, or for the day of the awards based for the awards or for the winner records. So Tatum O'Neal was younger than Anna Paquin on the day that she received the award.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Now, can I throw another wrinkle into this? I was listening to the Missouri show while commuting today, and it occurred to me, I haven't had a chance to look this up, but I believe in one of the first Oscar ceremonies, Rin Tin Tin the dog won an Oscar. And I put it to you, most likely Rin Tin Tin was younger.
It's possible, but the question was specifically for competitive Oscars.
So acting.
Was it a special Oscar, not an honorarium?
Rin Tin's not an actor. Have you seen the films? I mean, I cry.
That
dog makes me cry.
You're a sensitive soul.
Okay. I'll let that one go then.
And question 2, well, issue 2, or maybe just a factoid. This is a wonderful trivia nugget from our friends over there. They were talking about D12, that band with
Eminem
and Swifty and Tube Sock and
don't you do it.
I think Tube Sock's actually a Marvel Avenger.
Yeah, he might be.
Con artist, Canava, and Bizarre.
Well, you know what the 12 in D12 refers to?
I actually don't. I feel like maybe I knew this once before, but I've long since lost it.
It refers to their alter egos
Oh yeah, Slim Shady.
So Slim Shady and Eminem are 2 of the 12.
Yeah.
Which makes that even better for Tube Sock and Flip Flop. And
They are not.
they're the same guy.
No, they're not.
So thank you, friends of the show, Cheyenne Fletcher, and thank you to the Questionable Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma, for liking the show and digging in and really keeping us on our toes.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, I love the name too.
Yeah. So Sensei Neil.
Yes. I was waiting for more.
I'm sorry.
You're okay. All right, we'll do another take on that.
Oh,
I thought that was funny the
I
way
like
it
that take.
I do too. Take it away, sir.
All right. Well, every week we have a theme, and within that theme we have 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question is worth 10 points, and there's usually a few bonus points thrown in here and there, and then a final question, which can be worth up to 100 points. And today's topic is, so since this is our 50th episode, we have, at the end of this episode, we'll have done 1,200 questions. And I thought it would be interesting if I went back to some of our early episodes and found some questions that you all got wrong and offered them to you again to see if you remembered what the answers were.
So the theme is science for the whole episode.
Well,
Wow.
it's funny you say that because I had plenty of science and history questions.
Really?
I went through about 6 or 7 episodes and could only find 3 sports questions that everybody got wrong. So I have a couple of miscellaneous categories in here amongst the others. And Andy, of course, since you weren't a regular, you didn't answer some of these previously, so you may have an advantage. But
Okay.
everybody kind of has an advantage because you gave me the wrong answers before, and I told you what the right answers were. So really,
And I have listened to every episode, even the ones I wasn't on. So
there you go.
So you remember all 1,200 questions.
I remember the 1,100 science ones to be sure.
Yeah.
So Andy benefits because he's Kirstie Alley in this.
I thought I was Cousin Oliver. Pretty sure I'm Cousin Oliver.
Oh, yeah, even better.
I'm Scrappy Doo.
We'll
just get it out of the way first, like usual. The first category is science.
Huh.
The first question is from the dogs episode.
Hey, I like that episode. I think I wrote these questions.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did cats. I did cats.
Yeah.
Wow. So your memory is rocking.
Yeah.
These are pretty much all episodes that I wrote originally because it wouldn't really be fair for me to give you questions that you wrote.
Well, I would like it if you would.
Well, you can go through yours and find the ones that we all missed and try that for another episode if you'd like.
Man.
Okay, from the dogs episode. Question 1. The gray wolf, or Canis lupus, is a sister taxa of the domesticated dog. What subspecies did dogs belong to?
I think you have sharpened my science chops to a razor's edge.
Uh-huh. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in too.
This won't be good.
No, this is going to be embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. I can't even think of anything funny. It's going to be a long day.
I hope not. I hope you remember some of these.
Well, you see things in me, Sensei, that I just can't.
Oh, I just realized my answer.
I'm going to lock in.
I think I
locked
gave.
in with it.
So I know you're all locked in. I think I gave you a hint last time that it starts with an F.
Ah, crap.
If you want to,
Yep.
I forgot that I was looking at the answers you gave before, and they both started with F. So I'll let you unlock in if you want with that hint.
No,
I know.
My answer is so stupid, I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to unlock.
Yeah, unlock.
Relock. It starts with F, which makes me happy.
I'm thinking of an F word right now.
Well,
Remember, family show.
that's the word he was thinking of, family.
Yeah, family fun. That's what I was thinking of, Neil, whenever I'm doing the science categories.
I am going to lock in with, yeah.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Okay, Kels.
I said Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them.
Okay,
I like that movie.
Andy.
I locked in originally with Canine, and I realized how stupid that was. And I decided I'm just sticking with stupidity.
Okay, Davo.
Well, when I first locked in with Domesticus because they're domesticated, but that doesn't start with F. Last time I checked,
That's true.
So then I went with Familiaris.
Okay, last time Davo gave the answer Fido. Kels gave the answer Flugelhorn. And
Oh man, I should have rolled with that. I like Flugelhorn.
The correct answer is Canis Familiaris.
Woot!
Sensei,
you have taught me well.
Yeah.
Question 2 was from the Beatles episode, which wasn't really about the Beatles.
Yeah, I remember that episode. Well.
The category, I think, was When I'm 64. It was a whole section on questions about 64. The element with the atomic number 64 is gadolinium. Gadolinium is a member of what element group, which are actually fairly common in the Earth's crust?
Oh, do you remember this?
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Okay, I'm gonna lock in. But for some reason, after the hint from the last question, I was thinking all of the answers would start with F, and I was like, I don't know what this is.
This isn't Jeopardy.
Each question would have its own hint.
Yeah. I'm locked in though.
Okay, Andy.
It's a metal.
Okay, Davo.
I put it's a rare earth metal.
And Kels.
Rare earth metal.
So last time, Davo and Andy both said metal. So Andy gave the same answer again. Kels said transitional metal. The correct answer is rare earth metals.
Woo!
Yes.
Also known as the lanthanides. So there was a hint in there, which are fairly common in the Earth's crust.
I picked up what you were putting down.
Yeah.
Well, Sensei, I would like to say that I just want to celebrate right now.
Question 3. This was also from the Beatles. What famous automobile engineer developed the Volkswagen Beetle?
This episode's coming back to me. I'm locked in, I think.
What?
Yes.
I'll lock in too. I don't think I'm right, but
all three of you gave different answers last time, and Kels was like an atomic scientist.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Davo, what's your answer?
Oh, Mr. Daimler.
Okay. Kels?
I went with Porsche.
And poo.
And I went with Porsche.
Poo!
So last time, Andy said diesel. Kels said Niels Bohr. And Davo also said Daimler.
Consistency.
And the correct answer is Porsche, Ferdinand Porsche.
I couldn't have said the first name, but I did remember, as I was thinking back to the episode, I remembered it was a sports car and figured out from there what it was.
Yeah.
I knew that one because my dad bought a Porsche 914 when I was in high school.
Ooh.
And it basically is a Porsche with a Volkswagen engine.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was in high school, my dad bought a white Buick station wagon. It's kind of like your story.
Yeah.
It was used.
Well, his was too, and it was orange.
Yeah, my mom bought a Hyundai Sonata, which is a lovely Korean classical music car.
All right, question 4. This is from the Dogs episode. Also, I do have more episodes. The science ones I picked were from the Beatles and the Dogs. Question 4. There's a misconception that dogs are colorblind, but they actually have dichromatic vision, meaning they have two different types of color receptor cone cells. Which of the following color can dogs not see? A, red, B, blue, or C, yellow?
What are the colors again?
Red, blue, and yellow.
Well, you can't see them either, so what do you care?
I know, right?
I'm sorry. That was really rough.
No,
it was
Dog episode rough.
I'm locked in.
Ooh, side splitter in here.
All right. I used a logic to come up with my answer this time. I think my new logic is going to work for me.
Well, I am locked in, and I tried to logic it as well.
Okay. Kels, what's your answer?
I just went with C, yellow.
Okay. Davo?
I regret my answer now because my logic was faulty, but I went with yellow.
Okay. And Andy?
This is the last question in the science category, and I believe I'm in last place. So I looked at the colors and thought, what color says last place to me? And then I remembered the Red Sox are currently in last place.
You dog.
So I went with red, and I'm so hoping I'm right.
So, Kels, last time you said blue. You said yellow this time. Davo, you answered yellow again.
Oh, good.
So here's a hint. Neither yellow or blue are correct.
Right.
The answer is red.
Thank you, Red Sox Nation.
You're the worst, Andy. You're the worst.
That's fantastic.
It gives us a 3-way tie at 20 at the end of round 1.
Can't even say anything. He's got to take it.
Oh, can't wait to do 50 more episodes with you, Davo.
I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
That's a baseball team, right?
Yep. Yeah, wow.
The Red Stockings, yes.
Category 2 is movies. This one comes from the game show episode. The movie... That's not a movie. The movie Quiz Show tells the story of Charles Van Doren, who was involved in a game show fixing scandal that eroded the popularity of game shows and led to legislation to ensure their fairness. What was the name of the show featured in the movie?
Locked in.
Oh,
I watched this movie.
I liked this movie.
Locked in.
No. I'm locked in as well.
Andy, what's your answer?
21.
Oh, thank
Oh,
gosh.
dang it. You bet your life.
And Kels?
I locked in with a movie title, which is 21.
Last time, Davo, you said the $64 question, which I questioned you about at the time. I thought that was kind of because I remember the $64,000 question. There actually was not a show called the $64 question. That was like the special prize round of another show. I forget the name of it. But then when they brought that back, they renamed it to the $64,000 question, I think. So that's a little trivia nugget about your other wrong answer. Kels, last time
This show is taking an ugly turn.
Hey, you told me to keep it upbeat, so I'm trying to entertain.
You're doing a great job.
This is high energy right here.
Kels, last time you said the Brainiac Challenge.
Well, I would watch that.
Yeah, sounds like fun. The correct answer is 21.
Curses.
Foiled again.
All right, here's another question from the Beatles episode. This was the Hey Jude category, where it was all movies starring America's favorite actor, Jude Law.
Yeah, he's up there.
I remember this.
So this was a tribond So I'm going to give you 3 actors' names, and you tell me the movie.
Oh no!
So we've
I
got
think I know what the movie's gonna be.
Jude Law, Nicole Kidman, and Natalie
Oh,
Portman. Got a wide range of answers last time.
I remember not knowing this.
God.
Natalie Portman?
That's what I said, yeah.
I'm probably going to...
And you guys know how much I like my Jude Law.
I'm locked in.
You're a Jude Law supporter. You're what we call a Jude dude.
I am locked in with a total, I think I know this one now, because we got the movie after this episode.
Because of this episode?
Sort of. It came up in conversation because of this episode. Actually, it turned out Wendy really wanted to see it. We haven't watched it yet. If it's the movie I'm thinking about.
You don't want to rush into anything.
No, you know.
Let it season. I'm locked in as well.
Also locked in.
Okay. Kels, what's your answer?
Okay. I think I remember last time my answer was Closer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the correct answer is Cold Mountain.
Oh, yes.
David?
I put down Cold Mountain.
And Andy?
I put down Cold Mountain.
Kels,
you were right. Last time you did answer Closer. Andy,
which had 2 of the actors.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jude Law and Natalie Portman.
Andy picked a movie that had, I think, one of those actors. He picked Black Swan.
I remember going for joke answers through most of this.
And Davo went with the super serious answer of a Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which was also incorrect. The correct answer is Cold Mountain.
Woo!
Which was nominated for 7 Oscars.
7?
And won 1.
Renee Zellweger won the 1, right?
Yep.
Best supporting. Nicole Kidman has her Oscar from
the Virginia Woolf movie.
The Hours?
Yeah, the one she filled the formula of let's make the beautiful one ugly and tragic. Therefore, we'll give her an Oscar.
Plus period piece.
Plus period piece. Man, it was a trifecta.
Yeah.
I really like her performance in The Others. That's one of my guilty pleasures. It was never a popular film, but I really like it.
She was nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
Was she? It's really well done.
I liked it too.
But I am your daughter.
Wow. That's goosebumps.
Okay, question 3. Another one from the game shows episode. The Hunger Games is about an annual competition to punish the losers of an uprising that happened many years earlier. Which anniversary of the games were held in the first book/movie?
Yeah, still have not read a page or seen 1 minute of the Hunger Games. I'm waiting to see if it's gonna, if it's a phase or not.
But about 9 months ago, you heard the answer if you listened to the episode.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna put down this.
I'm gonna lock it.
I'm locked
in.
Okay, Davo?
200th.
Wow, that's a good number. Andy?
In honor of today's show, I went with 50th.
Nice. And Kels?
I went with 20th.
Okay. Last time Davo said the 20th.
Oh.
So he multiplied that by 10.
Why not?
Go big or go home.
Hell yeah.
Kels said the 8th, but I guess he liked Davo's first answer so much he went with that. Mm-hmm. Andy wasn't playing that episode. The correct answer is 74th.
Oh.
Oh, that nice round number of anniversary, 74.
Is this like Price is Right, where I came closest without going over? So
no.
Oh. No, we all get the losing horn.
Okay.
So in the second movie, which happened a year after the first movie, they had the third quarter quell, which was the big super episode of their little TV show where they kill a bunch of people. And that was the 75th anniversary.
Kill a bunch of children. That's we got to remember that. In that young adult novel, children are killing each other for entertainment.
I don't know why, but I had this image of Davo right now, bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand, and it killed a bunch of children. Got to remember that.
Remember the children.
Okay, I think this was going to be easy.
I hope so.
It wasn't last time.
Wasn't the first time? Why would it be easy now?
You'll see.
We're barely paying attention.
Question 4 in movies was from our 13th episode, where the theme was 13.
Okay.
This popular movie series, which began in 1979, now has 13 movies, although another 2 are planned. It includes a reboot known as the Kelvin Timeline.
Right. Oh, I remember being so mad when I missed this.
This franchise started in 1979.
Yeah.
13.
I thought somebody got this one right last time.
Nope.
Locked in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in. I think I got it.
Kels, what's your answer?
Well, I'm hoping it's Star Trek.
Andy?
It's Star Trek, and I answered Rocky the last time. I'm still embarrassed
Davo?
about that.
Star Trek.
Last time, Davo said Nightmare on Elm Street. Kels said The Land Before Time. And Andy said Rocky. The correct answer is Star Trek.
Yeah.
This one haunted my dreams for a while. I remember this one.
Should have, because 13.
That's a lot of
You know, I'm
Rockies.
going-
You gotta cut me. You gotta cut me. I can't do a 13th Rocky. You gotta cut me.
As I'm going through these, I see there's just an awful lot of them from that Beatles episode. That must have been really hard.
No, I remember having fun.
At the end of round 2, I've got Davo with 40 and Andy and Kels with 50 each.
Nope.
Anybody's
it's a
game.
good number.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at our first kind of catch-all miscellaneous category. So there's no particular theme to these.
Oh,
Can we call it the Xanavayu category in honor of
You may.
Category 3.
one of our first jokes? Let's bring that chestnut back.
Hey.
And so it's our the 6th category is going to be the second miscellaneous category. We can call that one whatever the name of that puncher you guys keep talking about is.
Ray Guy.
Ray Guy.
It can be that can be the Ray Guy Memorial episode or
Yeah.
Memorial category.
He's not dead. He's not like Fab Five Freddy.
Oh, stop it. That is a sin, what you're doing.
Ray Guy's not dead?
No.
I didn't know that.
He's not dead.
Okay.
I don't think he's dead.
Category 3, Oksana Bayou, which has nothing at all to do with her. Question 1, this one's also from the Beatles episode. Robert Galbraith, credited for writing the novels The Cuckoo's Calling, The Silkworm, and Career of Evil, is the pen name for what massively best-selling author?
Oh, I remember this one, but I don't think I remember the author.
You gave a joke answer for this one.
Oh,
What
I
was-
know somebody? Oh, I know. I remember now because I remember I heard about it on NPR again.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
Davo?
I want Dean Koontz.
Okay.
DNR.
Andy?
J.K. Rowling.
No.
Kels?
Yeah.
I scratched out Stephen King and went with J.K. Rowling.
You're a liar. You're all liars.
Davo, last time you said Michael Crichton. Kels said Ringo Starr, and Andy said John Lennon. The correct answer is J.K. Rowling.
Mm.
And this was on an NPR Fresh Air not long after that. It was either right before or right after the episode, and that's how it kind of hooked with me.
All right.
Must have been right after because you got it wrong on the episode.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Neil.
Yeah.
Not to make me find a point on it. But I'm here for it.
All right. Question 2 in Oksana Bayou from the Money episode. What 18th century economist is well known for writing, quote, an inquiry into the nature and causes of the wealth of nations?
Yeah, I meant to pick up that book after this episode. It sounded like a real page turner.
See, I remember getting this one wrong, and it made me mad.
Oh,
I
So
don't
I'm
remember
not
this one
writing.
at all.
I'm locked in, and FYI, Kels Ray Guy is alive.
Really? How old is Ray Guy?
70.
Oh, wow. And younger than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
Um,
I'm hoping this isn't the same joke answer as last time.
You-
did you say 18th century?
Yes,
Okay.
Andy,
I'm locked in.
you weren't on this episode, so
Oh, good.
So
this
it'll
will
be a new
your
joke
original
answer.
It's a good joke answer.
Go ahead, Andy.
Herbie Hancock.
Richie Rich.
Okay, Kels
I said Thomas Paine.
and Davo.
I said Adam Smith.
Davo, last time you said Keynes.
Yes.
Kels, you said Benjamin Franklin,
Mm.
and the correct answer is Adam Smith.
Woo!
Well played.
It's usually just called the Wealth of Nations. Question 3 in Oksana Bayul from the weather episode. The Sochi Olympics used almost entirely artificial snow for its skiing and snowboarding events. What North American Winter Games was the first Olympics to use artificial snow?
I'm locked in.
No.
I don't remember this question. I am locking in with a guess.
We need the year or the
location.
the
Oh,
location.
thank goodness.
Well, I mean, I guess you could give me the year instead, but if you give me both, they've got a match.
Right.
Mr. Lister's going through all the Olympics in his head right now.
Yes, Mr. Lister.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lock in with this.
Okay, Kels, go ahead.
No. All right. Yeah, I went 1904. I went 1904.
Okay.
Oh,
Andy?
I'm way off, I think, then, if Kels is Mr. Lister is usually right. I struggle even remembering where Olympics were, but I remember the first Olympics I remember watching as a kid was the Lake Placid Olympics in New York. I was probably in grade school, and I was just thinking in terms of where Winter Olympics in North America has been, where you might need artificial snow. New York leapt to mind, so that's what I went with.
Okay. Dava?
Well, I was thinking along the same lines as you, Andy. And I know they had the Winter Olympics in Vancouver, and they had the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake. But I went a little later, earlier. I went with Squaw Valley.
I don't even know what Olympic game that is.
It's in the 60s.
Okay.
60s.
Davo, last time you went with Vancouver. Kels, you went with Salt Lake City. And the correct answer is Lake Placid from the 1980 Winter Olympics.
Wow.
I almost went with 1980, but I couldn't. I was like, nah. That's when the games were in. Was it in Moscow? The summer.
That
games?
was
Summers were.
Summer were.
Yeah, and I couldn't block that out.
All right. The last question in Oksana Bayul, again from the Beatles episode.
Keep picking at that scab. Still waiting for my Beatles episode, just so you know.
Advertising Age ranked a VW Beetle ad campaign as the best of the 20th century. What two-word phrase was used in the campaign, which was designed to tout the advantages of owning a compact car over the muscle and luxury cars of the late 50s and early 60s?
Locked in.
Did you get it this time, Andy?
Yes, because I remember last time I was really mad about this. I know exactly what it is.
I am clueless again, because when you say Volkswagen advertising campaign, I jump to Farfignugan and my brain is stuck on Farfignugan. Yep. But I am locked in with an answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in with this.
Okay.
It's not right, but
Andy?
Think small.
Kels?
Say get in.
Devo? That's not at all creepy for an ad campaign.
Yeah, just
hey, get in my car, man.
Get in here, kids.
Sorry, David.
I went with easy driving.
Okay, last time, Davo, you said Farfignugan.
Yep.
Kels said got juice. And Andy said beep beep. And the correct answer is think small.
Nice.
So at the end of round 3, I've got Andy with 80 points, Kels with 60, and Davo with 50.
My goodness.
Big jump.
Wow. Venerable Yule's been good to me.
Apparently so.
Let's try history. Question 1. This is from the money episode. What is the oldest still in use and continuously used currency in the world?
I remember this one. I was unhappy with this one.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Kels.
Is it drachma?
Okay. Andy?
Conical shells. Uh-huh.
Yep. Davo?
Conical shells?
Yep.
I went with pound sterling.
Davo, last time you said the Greek drachma. So Kels took your incorrect answer.
Thanks for taking my
Kels,
bullet.
last time you said the Chinese yen,
Ooh.
which doesn't exist.
It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I remember that.
And
I said conical shells.
Yeah, you did. And the correct answer is pound sterling.
Oh.
They started using that in the 8th century and have been using it continuously ever since.
Hold on. I got to get a hold of my broker because clearly my conical shells investment is not going to be good. Okay.
No.
We're going to dump the conical shells just now. There we go.
I hear Nautilus shells are hot right now.
You're looking to come up and bounce back.
Question 2. This is from the dogs category, or dogs episode. According to Plutarch, which ruler named a city after his favorite dog, Peritas? He also named a city after his favorite horse.
I've got 3 answers in my head.
I got 2. I got 2 answers I'm going back and forth between.
But I am going to go with this one. I am locked in.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Andy?
Alexander the Great.
Davo?
I'm not happy with it.
The 3 I was thinking of, Andy. I was thinking of Nero. I was thinking of another Roman crazy Caligula. And I was thinking of what I eventually put down, Alexander the Great.
Oh, good. I feel better. I was also thinking about Napoleon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Plutarch was writing.
Plutarch wouldn't have been able to write about him.
Oh, good point. Good point. I forgot about that part of the question.
Kels?
I scratched out Caligula and I wrote down Alexander the Great.
Ooh.
Well, last time Kels said Julius Caesar, Davo said Caligula, and the correct answer is Alexander the Great.
Yes. Yeah. I can be taught. Yes.
Question 3. This is from the 13 episode. Prior to 1991, Mexico was the world's 13th largest country by area, but the carving off of what former Soviet republic as the 9th country moved Mexico down to 14th.
Oh.
So one of the former Soviet republics became the 9th largest country, which bumped Mexico down to 14.
I'm locked in.
Oh, man. I think I'm going to answer
with the same answer that I did.
That's what I was going to say, man. I'm just about to do that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to kick myself. I'm going to do a parenthetical just so I can, for my own ego. Yeah, so I know which butt cheek to kick. Because I want to say this, but I think it's that. All right.
When that happens.
I haven't had many bonuses, so I had a trivia nugget last time.
Yeah.
But I'll use that as a bonus. If you can, in 2011, another country split, which made Mexico move back into 13th place. So if you can tell me what country split, I'll give you some bonus points in 2011.
Talking about trivia. Getting rerun questions all night trivia.
I'm locked in.
This is like one of those, I just realized this is one of those best bits episodes.
It is.
Those remember the sitcoms in the 70s would do that? They did the
Yeah.
flashbacks. Remember when Joni came in and found Chachi on the couch? And yeah.
Yeah.
Those were during the writer's strikes.
Those are called clip shows. Is this our clip
shows? That's what I was looking for.
This is our greatest misses.
Yes.
I prefer to think of it as a second chances episode.
Oh, there you go.
The redemption show.
In that case, I'd like prom back.
Wouldn't we all, my friend?
I'm not a magician. Are we all locked in?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Yes, locked in.
Okay, Davo.
Well, I was torn between two of those former Soviet republics, Kazakhstan and the Ukraine, and I went with Kazakhstan. So Ukraine is in my parenthetical make me feel better box. Okay. And the country that bumped Mexico, I believe, was Indonesia because of East Timor splitting off of something.
Oh.
Okay. Andy?
I totally blanked. I came up with Lithuania for the first one and nothing for the second one.
Okay. Kels?
I feel like I said the Ukraine last time. I also went with Kazakhstan. And I didn't even try the bonus.
Okay. Just as a technical note, for all of our Ukrainian listeners, I apologize for my comrades referring to your country as the Ukraine. I'm sure it was just a slip of the tongue. I know you prefer just Ukraine.
Oh, that's right. I just heard
my
about
apologies.
That. That's a big deal. Yeah.
I didn't know that. My apologies.
Yeah, I meant no offense.
I'm sure they understand.
Yeah, I've always heard it with the article in front.
Yeah, I think that must have been when it was like the region of the USSR, but because I remember always hearing it like that too, and so I try to break myself of that habit.
Thank you.
I seriously doubt anybody from Ukraine is listening, but just in case.
I seriously doubt anybody's listening.
So last time, Davo, you said Ukraine, but you had Kazakhstan in parentheses.
Nice. Nice.
Kels, you had Russia, and Andy actually had a better answer last time than he did this time. He said Poland last time, which is much bigger than Lithuania.
Lithuania, I know.
Although, of course, Poland certainly wasn't part of the USSR either.
Right.
So Kels and Davo got that correct. And it was the South Sudan that split off in 2011.
Oh,
fiddlesticks.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now. I was thinking another Soviet state.
I was thinking somewhere in Africa, but I forgot about South Sudan.
All right. Question 4 in history. From the Money episode. The earliest known coins were made in the kingdom of Lydia around 600 BCE and were made of electrum. Electrum is a natural alloy of which two metals? And for a 2-point bonus, what animal was stamped on the Lydian coins? Kels, you got the bonus correct last time, but didn't get the answer right.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
I'm locked in.
Kels?
I think I remember it being gold and silver.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the lion.
Davo?
I put silver and copper, and I went with a lion.
Andy?
I went with Electra and Munn, Carmen Electra, Olivia Munn.
Wow.
And yeah. And Hawk on the coin.
Okay.
You know, you can always ask him to repeat the question. Just want to throw that out there.
Last time Davo said bronze and tin, and the animal you guessed was the cow.
Moo.
Kels, you said iron and copper, but you did get lion correct because it's the Lydian lion. Last time you were proud of your alliteration. That's how you lucked into that one. However, electrum is a natural alloy of gold and silver.
What?
Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, it's still a pretty close game. At the end of round 4, I've got Kels with 92, Andy with 90, and Davo with 82.
Mm-hmm. Making a move.
No.
Category 5 is television, and this one is kind of necessarily made up mostly of from the game show's episode.
Sure.
So if you remember, on the game show's episode, I had a category that was called Jeopardy, where I gave you the answer and you had to give me the questions.
Yes.
So 2 of those you both got wrong. Dave and Kels, Andy, you weren't on this episode. So
right.
I'll do those 2 first.
Okay.
Answer number 1: Archibald Leach, Bernard Schwartz, and Lucille Lesueur. And there are 3 correct questions.
I am locked in.
What?
Yes.
You remember this?
I do. I was thinking that you got it right and that he wouldn't ask this one, but I remember it.
Wait a minute. So give me those names again. I think I picked up
Archibald Leach, Bernard Schwartz, and Lucille Lesueur.
I know 2 of those. Okay. So I don't remember these questions at all, but I have a question.
I have a punt.
A punt?
Yes.
Okay. Andy, what's your
question? Before we go on,
go ahead.
Let me repeat myself. I have a punt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was taking a drink.
Yeah.
Ray Guy, who's still alive. Big shout out to him. Ray Guy.
Thank you. Me may continue, Sensei.
It's a booming one.
Someone should send him an email and let him know that we're thinking about him.
Yeah. If he has a Twitter, we'll tweet at him.
Andy.
What are actors' real names?
Is that it?
Right. I mean, it's
okay. Kels?
Excuse me. This is what I wrote down for my actual answer, but I think I know the other 2 potential answers potential questions.
Right.
So I was supposed to ask 3. I thought it was 1 question because you.
Well, no, I said there.
Go ahead.
I said there were 3 potential questions to this answer that I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wrote down who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen.
Okay.
And I believe the other 2 possible are what was Cliff Clavin's final Jeopardy question? And I just forgot the third one. What was it? Nope. I can't think of what it was.
Okay. So last time Davo's question was, who are the grand champions? Kel's question was, who are the first 3 Jeopardy contestants?
I like that answer too.
That's a good answer.
So the 3 questions that I would have accepted as correct are, who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen? What was Cliff Clavin's final Jeopardy question? And what are the real names of Cary Grant, Tony Curtis, and Joan Crawford? Any one of those would have been correct.
So I can't, because see, all I knew Cary Grant's real name was Archibald Leach, and so I was just presuming the other 2 must be pseudonyms as well. So technically, my question's right.
So
So you just pulled the Cliff Clavin on the Cliff Clavin question.
So Kels, even though I wasn't offering bonus points, I'm going to go ahead and give you bonus points for giving me 2 of those questions. And Andy, I'll give you 5 points
Thank you.
because originally neither of the other guys knew any of those names were real names of actors.
It's just because Cary Grant is such a suave, cool guy. The idea of him being named Archibald Leach is something that's always kind of stuck with me.
I mean, I think a better example is Tony Curtis being named Bernard Schwartz.
Yeah, that doesn't strike me as a Bernard.
Question 2. This is from the Dogs episode. What is the name of Snoopy's brother who lives in a cactus near Needles, California?
Locked in.
No.
Locked in. I remember this one.
No. What's his name?
He was in one of the Peanuts specials.
I remember him. He's got a big bushy mustache and wears a hat.
And his name is...
eluding me at this time. Oh, man.
I know,
right? All right, I'm going to put down this answer. All right, I'm locked in. You may be putting down the same answer here, Kels.
It's a good chance.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a...
I have to tell you, this one makes me feel so good. It's redemption. This feels like redemption to me.
I'm just going to lock in with a typical dog name.
Okay. Davo.
I went with Cactus Jack.
Dang. Nah, I hate that I didn't go with my heart.
What did you go with, Kels?
I just went with Spike.
Andy?
Spike.
Last time Davo said Dusty. Kels said Scooby, and the correct answer is Spike.
That is so much garbage right now. Oh my god.
Okay, question 3. This is also a game show's question. In season 8 of Friends, Joey auditions for a game show, which he summarizes as: you spin the wheel of mayhem to go up to the ladder of chance. You go past the mud hut, through the rainbow ring to get to the golden monkey. You yank his tail, and boom, you're in Paradise Pond. What is the name of the game show?
Out of spite, I want to get this wrong.
I'm locked in. And I know why Kels is going to get this.
Oh, I'm not going to get it right.
You're not?
No.
Then you got some explaining to do to someone.
I don't care. She knows. She knows how I feel about it. I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Kels? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Kels.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Davo?
The Island of Destiny.
And Andy?
So, Price is Right's probably a really stupid answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well.
Moving on.
Last time, Davo, you said Tsunami. Kels gave kind of a similar answer. He said Tower of Doom. The correct answer is Bamboozled.
Wow, still don't know what that is.
Well, it's not a real game show. It's
not real.
It was a fake show that Friends Joey was auditioning for.
Okay. I thought it was a legit game show.
Yeah.
Not a big Friends viewer.
Neither am I.
Okay, well, I promise I'm not going to ask that question anymore on our podcast.
No one knows it.
I'll get it next time.
Well, I got it bamboozled.
Last time, Davo, you acted like you remembered it.
I kind of did, but, I haven't watched Friends since then.
Yeah.
So I did not refresh my knowledge of minutia from Friends.
Okay, the last question in the TV episode. This is another one of the Jeopardy questions. The answer is think, followed by an exclamation mark.
I am locked in.
Oh, you know what? Oh, wait a minute. TV.
This is from the Game Shows episode.
Oh, so I'm right. So it's okay. Jeopardy. Okay. Locked in.
I'm locked in.
Andy?
What is a 1968 hit from Aretha Franklin?
Ooh, I like that
Kels?
answer. I went with what is the title of the Jeopardy theme song?
And Davo.
What is a hit song by Information Society?
Last time, Davo said, "What is the gimmick for Jeopardy?" He was very confused.
I was extremely confused.
Kel said, "What is the text on the screen for Watson?" And the correct answer, the correct question is, "What is the name of the final Jeopardy song?"
Oh.
So let me check the Aretha Franklin thing real quick.
It does not have an exclamation point. That's why I'm almost positive.
The Information Society one does. I'm not even kidding.
I'd be a little embarrassed knowing that much about Information Society, just so you know.
Well, that was a bit of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was hung up on, and this is so weird when I look back on it, but my dad had a workshop growing up when I was a kid, just like I have a workshop now. And when I started using the power tools, he got all these safety things, these little scary kind of posters and stickers he put around the shop to remind me to be careful. And one of them, he had a wood lathe, and it had in big letters, "Think" with an exclamation mark on it. And it showed just a guy's upper arm and a hook where his hand used to be.
Oh, God.
Holy moly.
And that's what I would stare at every time I was using his wood lathe, is that guy's hook with the big, it was a yellow circular sticker with a big "Think" exclamation mark on it. Still gives me nightmares.
The name of the song wasn't "Think." The name of the song was "What's on Your Mind."
Oh.
I am wrong.
Oh.
Well, it looks like to me the Information Society did have a song called "Think," but it was just "Think" without the exclamation mark.
And I don't think Aretha Franklin had the exclamation point. Did you look that up?
So can we get 5 points for the lack of exclamation points?
You're right. The Aretha song didn't have it.
I didn't think so. I won't take it. I will not take the 5 points for Aretha Franklin.
I will. I'm behind. Got everything wrong.
I'm a purist.
You are not. You'll take a pity point here and there.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I'll give you all half credit for that one, including Kels, because
he's got all the no.
Well, he was closer than either of you.
He was much closer. I agree. You're from.
So, do you remember who wrote that song?
Aretha Franklin.
Merv Griffin.
Merv Griffin.
Right. And he estimates that he's made $70 million in royalties.
It's a lot of money for a rich person.
So that's why we can't hum it on the show, because then we'll have to pay.
Merv will come right after us.
All right, I'm turning over my answer sheet for the next category. And as always, fans, remember, I will sell these on eBay. Signed. Winning sheets are obviously much rarer and go for a lot more money.
At the end of round 5, Kels has 119, Andy 110. Davo's kind of falling behind a little bit with 87.
It's a good year, though.
Yeah.
One bad.
I was 17. Having fun. Kels, how old were you in 87?
Depends on the time of year, but for a good portion of it, I was a year old.
Okay.
Then when December came around,
this conversation's already over.
I hit 2.
Yeah, that's the year I graduated high school.
Oh.
All right. Our final category tonight is the Ray Guy Memorial Random Episode. Random questions.
Yes.
Hang time for 5.
Hang time.
Can you punt back to Ray Guy? That's going to be interesting.
Question 1.
Not be allowed in this category.
Oh, that's why I used mine up.
Question 1 is from the weather episode. What type of weather event interrupted an SEC tournament game at the Georgia Dome in 2008?
I remember this
Ooh.
being weird.
Nope, 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 nope.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Deva?
I think it's a hurricane.
Andy?
Tornado?
Kels?
I feel like I said tornado originally, but I'm gonna go with hurricane this time.
Okay. Last time, Kels, you said hurricane.
No,
Oh, come
no.
on.
No, I scratched out tornado.
Devo, you said thunderstorm. And the correct answer is tornado.
Oh man,
Oh my God, I totally guessed. I was so sure I was wrong.
I wrote down tornado. I was like, "Ha, he won't get me this time."
The sensei's tricksy.
Oh,
Question 2. This is from the 13 episode. Very recently, a Japanese cult leader was executed for killing 13 people and injuring thousands more in a chemical attack on the Tokyo subway in 1995. What chemical was used during that attack?
Oh, right. I remember this episode.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I said something stupid the last time, and I'm thinking stupid again. I think I said acid the last time, which was really dumb. But I can't come up with. Locked in.
Andy?
It's sarin gas, I think.
Kels?
I think I wrote down the same thing that I did the first time. I said mustard gas.
Okay. Devo?
I said ricin.
Kels, you keep thinking you wrote the same thing, but you keep writing what Devo answered.
I misremember.
Kind of speaks to your relationship.
Last time Devo said mustard gas, Kels said anthrax, and Andy said sulfuric acid. The correct answer is the correct answer is sarin.
Yes.
Come on.
Andy is killing this.
You know what's interesting now? I think I'm getting these because my initial answer was so profoundly stupid and embarrassing that I remembered it. Because right away, I almost like panicked as soon as he started the question. Like, I remember saying acid, and wow, that was stupid. And just almost freezing up and replaying it like, every bad date I had in high school that I can replay moment by moment of every terrible mistake I have ever made.
Wow.
Okay, question 3 in the Ray Guy Memorial category. From the Money episode. Karl Marx is famous for writing the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital. What is the name of his longtime collaborator?
Oh, from Monty Python. No, the bicycle repairman sketch. It's Karl Marx, and I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Kels, what's your answer?
I'm hoping it's Ingalls or Angles.
Devo?
Ingalls.
And Andy?
Trotsky.
Last time, Devo said Trotsky. Kels said Groucho. But Kels learned his lesson. Kels was wrong, but he was right this time. It is Frederick Engels. All right, the last question. This is from the Game Shows episode. This 1960 competition game pitted the best Major League Baseball hitters against each other. Name the show, and for a bonus of 1 point each, name the 5 contestants that were still alive as of the date I wrote the question.
Come on.
It's a baseball question, Andy. You like the baseball, don't you?
I wasn't around in 1960.
Well, I've seen this show, so you had the opportunity to see it too. I think it was on like Nick at Night, or maybe like one of the game show cable networks or something like that once. It was only on for one season because really it wasn't that interesting. So it's possible with 5 bonus questions, bonus points. And then there's a funny / sad story that goes along with it.
I'm gonna lock in with I'm gonna lock in with this.
Locking in.
I'm locked in.
Okay, David, what's your answer?
Oh man. um, I don't think it was called the Home Run Derby, but I do think it had home run in the name, so I put down the Home Run Challenge. That'd be a good name for a show, anyway. And the 5 bonus folks that I went with were Mays, Aaron, Stargell, Fox, and Frank Robinson.
Okay. Andy?
I just totally blanked, and so I went with a fun one. I think the game show was called Pepperball.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And yeah, wouldn't it? Except you wouldn't be able to find a ballpark to play it in.
Right.
That's the old Pepper, boy. That's the old Pepper.
And the only 2 players I could come up with was Robinson and Mays. That would have possibly been in it.
Kels?
I just straight up said the Home Run Derby.
Okay.
And I said Willie Mays, Frank Robinson, Hank Aaron, and Willie Stargell.
Okay, last time Davo said Hitter's Delight and listed Carew, Kaline, and Aaron. Or Kayleen? Is it Kayleen or Kaline?
Al Kaline.
Kels answered Home Run King and answered Mays, Aaron, Killebrew, and Robinson. So here's a funny story about that. When Kels answered Robinson, Davo said, "No, that can't be right. He's dead." And Kels said, "No, he's not dead." And Davo then said, "Well, I wish he was. He's disappointed me again."
Oh my
Wow.
God. Oh my God.
Wow.
I forgot how dark this show used to be.
And who do you think died in early 2019?
Oh, you cold-hearted. Oh.
Wow.
So I really hope, Davo, for your sake, that the Robinson family doesn't listen to the podcast.
Well, they don't now.
Yeah,
if they did, they stopped listening now.
Anyway, the correct answer. I mean, it was funny at the time, but now in retrospect, it is just kind of sad.
It's morbid.
Holy dark references, Batman.
So anyway, the correct answer was, Davo, you're going to kick yourself. The Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby. You mother.
Because we talked about how
we did.
I guess. Yeah,
the competition just took his name from.
You've let me down again, Davo.
Frank Robinson's let me down again.
No.
And at the time that I wrote the question originally, the 5 sluggers that were still alive were Hank Aaron, Rocky Colavito, Al Kaline, Willie Mays, and the now deceased Frank Robinson.
Late great Frank Robinson.
So I've got Andy with 2 of the bonus points, Kels with 3. I'm sorry, Davo with 3, and Kels got 13 points. So how's it feel, Davo?
It stings. It really stings. Yeah, I guess so. Oh my God. That is so horrible.
So the final scores before the final question, I've got Kels with 142, Andy with 132, and Davo with an even 100.
And bad karma.
And very bad karma.
Bad karma, dude.
So I think it's safe to say that Davo in particular didn't learn a lot from the past episodes. But there's still a chance. There's still a chance. I was kind of debating what to do about the final question. because I didn't go back and listen to all the episodes and see which ones, like, no, if anybody didn't win any of them. And I didn't keep at that time. I wasn't keeping all the old score sheets. Since then, I've started keeping them all, so I actually can go back and tell pretty quickly. So I basically just went and picked one of the final questions, and I'm going to redo that one.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can't
And
wait.
it was from the dogs episode.
Oh no. I don't remember doing well in this one.
Yeah, I kind of think one or two of you barely got the final, or barely got enough. We did the final question a little bit differently back then, but
Yeah.
right now I've got a list of the top 20 AKC breeds. So the top 20 by registration count from the AKC, and I need you to try to name at least 10 of them. This is as
Is
of
Spike a
2018. It
breed?
was no. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Rule that one out.
Now, when you say breed, just for
Yes.
clarification, Sensei, do you mean all the variations of the breed?
Well, I think that depends, but generally, if the AKC considers it a breed, then I'll have it listed separately here. It's kind of hard for me to give you an example without
Right.
giving you some answers, but
Right. I understand. I understand.
generally, I would say if it's a different looking dog, then it's a different breed.
Okay.
I'm locked in.
Did I get that one on? Really? Maybe. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in with my 10.
Okay. Let's start with Davo.
Okay. Toy poodle, a standard poodle, a Yorkshire Terrier, a Chihuahua,
It's so embarrassing when you're reading them off of Google and you don't know how to pronounce them.
Yeah, Chihuahua, a golden, a German Shepherd, a Golden Retriever, a Labrador Retriever, a French Bulldog, an English Bulldog, and a Jack Russell Terrier.
Okay, that sounds like a good list. Andy, what's your answer?
German Shepherd. That one's for you, Caesar. Bulldog. That one's for you, Olga. Golden Retriever.
What kind of bulldog?
I just wrote down Bulldog.
Oh, tisk tisk.
I don't know. Golden Retriever. Siberian Husky.
Oh, that's a good one.
DeKalb, Illinois, baby. NIU. Greyhound.
Ooh.
Terrier. That one's for you, Mr. Scruff. Labrador Retriever. That's for you, Libby.
Did you just wrote Terrier? You don't have anything more specific?
Just wrote Terrier.
And then you said a
Labrador Retriever.
Okay.
And then Poodle. And I swear to God, this is a true story. My babysitter had a poodle, and the dog's name was Poodle. So Poodle, that's for you, Poodle. Beagle,
Ooh.
that's for you, Snoopy and Spike.
Snoop.
And finally, Basset Hound. My Uncle Tim always had Basset Hounds.
Bassets are cool.
Yeah.
Kels.
All right, let's start off with Airbud, Golden Retriever, Beagle, German Shepherd, Boston Terrier, Yorkshire Terrier, Siberian Husky, Poodle, French Bulldog, a Dachshund, and a Bull Mastiff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for Davo, I've got a standard poodle, a Yorkie, German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, Labrador Retriever, French Bulldog. I'm going to give you Bulldog for English Bulldog.
Yay.
And we don't have a Jack Russell.
No Chai Hua Hua?
Oh, Dave.
So that's 7 for you, which brings you to 170 points. You are currently in the lead.
That's short-lived, but I'll take it.
Andy, you got the German Shepherd, Bulldog, Golden Retriever, Husky, no Greyhound, Terrier. There's too many different terriers. That's not specific enough. Lab, Poodle, and Beagle. Basset Hounds aren't in the top 20.
They should be.
Well, that's no doubt about that. You also got 7 by my count, which gets you to 202, currently in the lead.
Woo-hoo! Short-lived.
Kels needs 6 to tie and 7 to win. So Kels has the Golden Retriever, Beagle, German Shepherd, no Boston Terrier, Yorkshire Terriers on there, Husky, Poodle, French Bulldog, Dachshunds, and that's it. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Kels.
Man.
For a total of 222 and the win.
Nicely done, Kels.
Thank you, sir.
Bravo.
Kels, clearly you learned from past mistakes.
I tried.
Well, that is why you are a brown belt.
Brown.
Oh, I missed the red belt already.
You are one step away from the coveted black belt.
So is the season over once he gets to black belt? Is that how we're going to do it?
I think we go to suspenders.
There are levels of black belt, or we could end the season and start a new shtick. Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I guess we could talk about that offline. If anybody has any suggestions, they could write us and let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, once Kels becomes the black belt, do you think he should challenge the sensei head-to-head? To grab the pedal?
I thought it was a grasshopper.
No, you are the grasshopper.
It was a pebble. He was,
you have to take the pebble from my hand.
I got it.
I think there's something about waxing a car in there too. I never quite followed that bit.
So let's say that if Kels, when Kels makes it to black belt, we have a sensei versus black belt to determine the winner, to see if he can then elevate himself to a sensei level.
Wow.
And Andy and I can come up with some questions to challenge you with.
Okay.
Hopefully, the rest of you guys can actually start winning some. And
we're trying.
You're what? Are you
Once again, let me just get my highlighter out. Loser. Underline that. Maybe a couple of exclamation points. Loser.
Are you like 4 games behind, Kels?
Right now we're 4 games back.
Hey, Davo.
Yeah.
The Red Sox, the year they won the World Series, they were down to their last out, were they not?
They were down to their last strike.
Their last strike. And what'd they do, Davo?
Mm-hmm. They came back and won.
Mm-hmm.
The World Series killed the curse.
World champion. Boston Red Sox. It can happen.
It can, but you can believe in us.
It can happen.
I got
faith in you guys.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm Billy Buckner playing the outfield.
Oh,
I'm playing the outfield, not first base. That's fine.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Usually, yeah.
So you are now a brown belt. We are green belts. We are 4 behind you. But that doesn't mean we're going to go easy on you, Kels. We're coming for you. Concerted effort.
I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Right. So I want to say to all of our wonderful listeners, thank you so much for following us on this fun journey to 50. And hopefully you'll be with us for the next 50 and the 50 after that. So from everybody here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is Green Belt Davo with Brown Belt Kels.
You're standing right now with 9 delegates from 100 gangs, and there's over 100 more. That's 20,000 hardcore members, 40,000 counting affiliates, and 20,000 more not organized but ready to fight. 60,000 soldiers. Now there ain't but 20,000 police in the whole town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
That was the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't even know where I am anymore.
I don't know what's going on.
Greenbelt Andy.
So long, ladle brainers.
And the man who started it all, Sensei Neil.
As a great man once said, Mr. Frank Robinson, be anything you want to be, but don't be dull.
I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm so sorry. Signing off. Rest in peace, Mr. Robinson. I'm so sorry.
The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.